Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Checking in on the crypto space, we have the pattern that we've been watching on the daily time frame continuing to tighten up. We'll look at the big three, going to look at Ripple, and going to touch on a couple things. Robinhood, the stock trading mobile app, is adding Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. This is a good thing, but I'm a little bit cautious to get too excited because serious traders are not using mobile apps. I do know that they are going to be looking to develop into a web platform. Once that happens, I'll be interested. But serious people with their trading, and by serious, I mean, high volume. We need high volume exchanges if we're going to be trading on them. It's not going to be people trading on their phones. So it's definitely a step in the right direction. Once, give me a major broker like Fidelity or TD Ameritrade, somebody, for the love of God, put out an exchange that is, Coinbase made $1 billion last year. How can you not throw money at this problem? I'm not a developer, but good Lord, we need a better exchange. And it's going to happen. And this will be a step in the right direction. And it also, again, it will open up the accessibility for people. And I will be interested in checking it out once it is a web-based platform. And they do have no trading fees, which obviously is ideal. And that will garner a lot of attention if they do have a good platform on the web. So that's a little bit of good news for the space. We're heading into the weekend. As I said in the last video, I am anticipating a break of this daily pattern to occur over the weekend. Doesn't have to. It could be early next week. We're watching the range continue to tighten. We have our high and our low, our higher low. Our lower high just formed yesterday, it looks like. So we're going to look back, and we could potentially form a higher low over the next day or two and watch this range tighten. That being said, there is a tighter pattern to be watching on the 4-hour time frame, and you can see we already just established a higher low. So that level is right here, and the range that I'm watching on all of these names are right here on the 4-hour time frame. So Bitcoin is 10,851 and resistance is 11,690. Now what this break will give us, it's not going to tell us, this 4-hour break is not going to tell us the break on the daily time frame, but what it's going to do is it's going to tell us which direction is more likely to break. It will shift the odds in that favor. So if the bulls are able to see this move and head to a higher high into the weekend, we're going to be looking at the recent high on the daily, and we're going to be looking for some follow through. So that will be notable, and that will increase the odds that the bulls are going to be able to recover out of this tightening daily pattern. If we see a bear break and we pull back, we know that our higher low on the daily time frame has not been established yet, and we're going to likely pull back and see another higher low form in the mid $10,000 range. So just patient at this point. I haven't made a crypto trade today. Certainly busy with the Canadian MJ stocks. Just put out a pretty detailed video there if you're interested. But I'm patient and I'm waiting for this daily chart to break, because when this daily chart breaks, we're either going to see, dumps to oversold conditions again, or we're going to see the bulls shift the trend back in their favor. A lot of people looking at this weekly chart and saying that, they don't like the way it looks. I love this weekly chart. If I am a bull, I am very content. And I would look at this chart on any normal stock and you say, how is this stock doing? I would say, that's a beautiful uptrend. That is very healthy consolidation, and it looks like a bullish entry opportunity is approaching. This is a bull flag pattern. It's definitely a little steep in terms of using the real bodies to draw, but look at the move that we have come from. Look at this consolidation. We had a huge breakout. We had 5 weeks of consolidation, continuation. Here we are on 6 weeks of consolidation. Unless we dump below 9,000 on increased bear volume, this is extremely healthy weekly support. I just cannot stress that enough. I thought we were going to get this kind of consolidation back when we were, trading at $6,000 on the way up. We were so overextended. I'm just sitting there on the weekly saying, where is this consolidation? Here it is, and it's healthy. This is a bull flag, and I wish I had an example of a stock right now that has a very similar pattern and saw follow through from its bull flag. And don't have any off the top of my head, but definitely a very bullish pattern at this point. So it's all about the daily, and we'll see how we break. The 4-hour time frame has our range to be watching. We'll see which direction that breaks, likely tomorrow morning. Looking at the hourly chart, little nice higher low. Really, it's the 4-hour for me because I'm being more picky. There are trades to be had in this range. You know, we just bounced from 10,850 up to 11,350. So that's a $500 move. There are moves that you can make within here. It's just for me personally, I see better opportunity in other markets right now. And I'm going to wait for the more clear break with the more significant moves and more significant percentages behind them. So I'm going to be watching very close for signals on the 4-hour time frame to translate into daily percentages on what is most likely to happen. We have the event tomorrow, quote unquote, of the futures closing. A lot of people think that that's going to be a catalyst for the bulls to show up, and it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy in the sense that if the bulls do start to show up and they break this 4-hour pattern bullish, then we're going to see people saying, oh, they were right. That is the reason that we were being held back, and now we're ready to go back up. It'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy in that regard, potentially. So that's something I'm going to keep an eye out for as well. And I'm looking for a break on the 4-hour time frame to have the bulls look to the recent highs on the daily chart. Ethereum is still the strongest name, and it has been showing that. I highlighted that in the videos the past few days, and it keeps showing us the reasons why, just comparatively. And Litecoin is the laggard, very easily visible by comparing all the charts. So here on the daily, in all honesty, I would be more comfortable with this pattern if we pulled back from here. We have a bearish candlestick right here. We hit the bounce, we hit the top, and now we're consolidating. I would prefer if Bitcoin and Ethereum came back and formed one more higher low on the daily. That would give me a very clear bull break. So I honestly am sitting here all cash and saying, I kind of hope we pull back for another couple days and then set up for a clear break early next week. But where we stand right now, that is a less likely scenario because we are up near our resistance. So the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum, same pattern that we're watching. And we have the range right now with support of 10,014.88, or there we go again, 1,014.88 and 1,098.74. That's the range. So if we're rounding here, $1,099 and $1,015 is the range. We're right in the middle of that range. We're looking for a break into the morning. And if we see a bull break, the recent high on the daily chart will be right there. If we see a bear break, then we're looking for that more comfortable higher low that I would like to see, ideally. If we get a bull break, I am not, perfectly confident that the daily chart is now ready for the bulls. And again, it's for every reason that I just depicted, or I just discussed, in terms of wanting that one more higher low to just have this be a real perfect equilibrium pattern. So that's where we stand. Ethereum, strong. Litecoin as a laggard. So Litecoin on the daily, look at these inside bars. That is just that's just the market waiting for Bitcoin. They're saying, hey, let's get a move on here. Which direction are we breaking in? And we're looking at the inside bars. So, and actually it wasn't an inside bar by 11 cents. That's close enough that I still consider it an inside bar and essentially a double top. But we're watching for the tightening range. And look at this 4-hour chart. We've been within this 4-hour chart on Litecoin for a few days where we have the low and the high. We had a higher low, a lower high right up there, and now a higher low. So we're still in this 4-hour pattern that Bitcoin and Ethereum broke bullish. I pointed out in the last video, we had a bull break of this 4-hour pattern very clearly back last night, and it didn't for Litecoin. Litecoin is still in the same sideways channel, which is why the daily chart looks so much different. And Ripple's in the same spot. Look at Ripple on the daily. It's trading sideways, slight little bear break yesterday, but trading sideways and just waiting for Bitcoin to direct the market as a whole. So Litecoin, the key levels on the 4-hour time frame at this point, support 175, resistance 185. Essentially a $10 range that we are just ping-ponging back and forth in between and waiting patiently for the leader here, Bitcoin, to give us some direction. So bulls are showing up right now on the 4-hour time frame for both Ethereum and Bitcoin, and we'll see if they are able to make that break tonight and head back up to the high of yesterday. So Ripple, key levels, look at the 4-hour time frame, very tight trading. Support is 127. And resistance is up here at 138. And that's currently the range. You can see a lot of bull break attempts and rejections with no closes over this resistance line. And in terms of support, we are just trying to establish support after the bear break. So that daily chart had that little bear break. Here's where that occurred on the 4-hour time frame. We got real tight, little increase in bear volume, and a slight break of that range which is why this daily candlestick, had a bear break of the inside bar. That was that on the 4-hour time frame. So what it all boils down to is we are patiently waiting. I am patiently waiting for this break on the daily time frame. If we get a bull break heading into the weekend, still will not be confident. And again, it's just visually for me, when I'm always talking about these higher lows and lower highs, right now I still consider this a bullish move up in the sense that, the daily chart is higher lows every day. And I would still consider anything under, if we were to continue bullish from here, I would consider anything under 12,986. I would consider anything under that another lower high. So even if we break bullish over the weekend and we come up to 12,200, I'm still going to be saying anything under this is a lower high. The difference is if we consolidate from here and we create a new lower high and the bears start to take over before the bulls say, all right, we're done, we're ready to go back up and give us that higher low, then this would be the level that the bulls would have to break. If we go right from where we stand right now to break this level, because we have not pulled back and started consolidation from this move, we're still forming higher lows every day. That is still the same move in my opinion. So I'm not sure if I'm describing that correctly, but in terms of me and visually, I really want a pullback to give us this as the level that needs to give the bull signal on the daily. Whereas right now, if we break that level on this move on the way up, it's going to be this level that has to break 12,986. Bull MAC decross is closing in. We should see that follow through with a bull break. And ideally, we will have this daily chart looking perfect if we can pull back just a little bit for another day or two. So that's where we stand. If we get a bull break, I will likely make the trade, but I will be more cautious and I will not let it run as long if we come bullish from where we stand right now. So I appreciate you watching, and let me know if you have any questions on what I just said in terms of needing some more clarification, because that was kind of on the fly and I didn't even, you know how it is. Tweet I mentioned earlier, definitely want to give a shout out to the women in the cryptocurrency space, and I feel as people that get comfortable in the crypto space, we need to be encouraging women to get involved. If we want this space to explode and be universal and widespread, we're not going to do it without women. And there's definitely a big disparity in terms of the number of women and the number of men. We had that conference down in Miami and they went to a strip club or something after it. So people were protesting it and not going. It's just I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day and I said, man, if you get a real woman who just does what I do, but with news in the cryptocurrency space, that would probably do really well as a channel. And she commented how, yeah, all the videos that I see with women, they all have makeup on and they're, showing their breasts. And it's just a very male-dominated space. And if we want it to go somewhere and to change the world, we need the women on board. So definitely shout out to the women that are empowering themselves and entering a space that is, definitely dominated by males. And we as males need to help facilitate that and help transmit this information. So I encourage, like I said in the other video, in-person groups. I was just at a meeting the other day, and by the end of the meeting, there were 5 women and 3 of us men left. And that was really cool. So do good things. See you later.